Welcome back to R.A.I.N. This is part 3 of the Constitution series. Um, Thank you for joining me. I will start with Article 3 of the Constitution, Judicial Branch of Government, Section 1, Inferior Courts ordained and established by the Congress. I already covered that in Article 1, but I'm going to go over it again. These inferior courts must have a delegation of authority order, and once again, that states what type of cases that they can listen to, their expiration time, and a lot of other good information. So make sure you demand for that. If you're more you're in trouble, quotation mark, in trouble in their system, make sure you demand a delegation of authority order from that tribunal to make sure that they can hear international cases, because it's international between a Moor and a U.S. citizen, or a Moor in some sort of corporation that they might have set up to try and infringe upon your rights, whatever. Let's see. Section 2. Judicial power extended to all cases. I already covered that there hasn't been any judicial court since 1789, and the 11th Amendment stripped the power from the tribunals. Let's see. I will read the 11th Amendment. The judicial power of the United States shall not be construed to extend to any suit in law or equity commenced or prosecuted against one of the United States by citizens of another state, or by citizens or subjects of any foreign state. So there you have it. The 11th Amendment stripped the judicial power from the tribunals. Let's see. Article 4, Section 1. This is a good one. Full faith and credit clause. I want to read from Black's Law Dictionary. Full faith and credit clause, Constitution U.S. Article 4, Section 1 requires that foreign judgment be given such faith and credit as it had by law or usage of state of its origin. That basically means that all the states within the United States, they're all foreign to each other. So whatever judicial proceedings or laws or whatever that one state has, it has the same effect as in a different state. That's what full faith and credit means. Let me continue with other definitions. That foreign statutes are to have force and effect to which they are entitled in home state. And that a judgment or record shall have the same faith, credit, conclusive effect, and obligatory force in other states as it has by law or usage in the state from whence taken. And that was the last one. So that covered full faith and credit, Article 4, Section 1. Article 4, Section 4. This is very important. Republican form of government is promised to all the states of the Union. And I'm going to refer to my book, Who Are You? Knowing Your Ancestors. Because people need to know the difference between a democracy and a republic. So I will read from Soldier's Training Manual, TM 2000, as issued under the authority of the government by the War Department of the United States Republic, North America, dated November 30th, 1928. All right, this is almost 100 years ago. TM 2000-25, 118-120, democracy. A government of the masses, authority derived through mass meeting or any other form of direct expression, results in mobocracy. Attitude toward property is communistic. Let me repeat that. Attitude towards property is communistic. Negating property rights. Attitude toward law is that the will of the majority shall regulate, whether it be based upon deliberation or governed by passion. In other words, emotion, prejudice, and impulse, without restraint or regard to consequences. Results in demagogism, license, agitation, discontent, and anarchy. That was democracy. Now let me read republic, the definition of republic, from the same Army Training Manual, dated 1928. This is under TM 2000-25, 120-121. Republic. Authority is derived through the election by the people of public officials best fitted to represent them. Attitude toward property is respect for laws and individual rights and a sensible economic procedure. Attitude toward law is the administration of justice in accord with fixed principles and established evidence. The strict regard to consequences, with strict regard to consequences. A greater number of citizens and extent of territory may be brought within its compass. Avoids the dangerous extreme of either tyranny or mobocracy. Results in statesmanship, liberty, reason, justice, contentment, and progress. That's a Republican form of government. But yet and still, you hear politicians on YouTube or TV or whatever you're watching, listening on the radio, they always talking about democracy. When the Constitution, Article 4, Section 4 guarantees a Republican form of government, shit, to me, that sounds like treason. Whoa. What say you? I mean, they took an oath to uphold the Constitution, but yet and still they talking about democracy. Instead of a Republican form of government, we're not talking about the parties. We're not talking about the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. We're talking about a form of government. It doesn't matter who is running the show. The form of government has to be Republican form of government. But I'm going to let you marinate on that. That's the end of part 3. Peace.